Good morning, everybody. Another week almost in the books for us. And I appreciate you being here. If you want to follow along, we will be in the second chapter of James, beginning in the 15th verse. James chapter 2, beginning in verse 15. There, James writes these words: If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, Depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doth it profit? Even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. And so these couple of verses actually have several lessons for us to be aware of this morning. We look, and again, he gives us an example of a brother, a believer who is in need. And he uses that to talk about faith. And so there's really, I guess you'd say, two lessons here. One of them is how we should treat a believer, a brother or sister in need, but then also how that exemplifies faith and how our faith should operate. And again, just as we head into this passage, remind you that again, James is writing to believers, is who his audience is here, addressing them, a brother or a sister that is in need. They don't have a warm coat, or they don't have the food that they need. If we see them in that situation, and we say it's really cold and they don't have a coat, and we look at them and say, hey, you better get inside, it's cold, but we don't do anything to help them with that need. Or we see them and they're hungry, and we tell them, you need to eat something, but we don't do anything to meet that need. He says, what good is it? We have failed. And so there's that lesson about helping those in need, that it's more than lip service. It's more than looking around our community and saying, there's a lot of hungry people in our neighborhood. There's a lot of homeless people in our community. What good is it? And so I don't think we can overlook that portion of James' words. But by the same token, we can't overlook then the second lesson that he draws from that example. He says the same is true of any area of our faith. If we have faith, we say we have faith, but yet we don't see any fruit, any action, any change in our lives because of that faith. He says, what good is it? You can talk about believing in Christ. You can talk about, you can go to church. You can put money in the offering plate. But if you're not doing anything to reach out and to help the needy, like Jesus would, if you're not doing anything, if you say you believe in Christ and you're not doing anything to introduce others to Christ, he says, your faith, what good is it? What good is that faith? If we really have faith in Christ, he says, we're going to act like Christ. We're going to follow Christ. We're going to use our resources. We're going to use what God has gifted us with to help meet the needs of others, whether that's a coat for the cold, or a food for the hungry, a roof for the homeless, or the gospel message for the lost. He says genuine faith has works. Now, works doesn't mean that works doesn't cause us to be saved, but being saved, having a relationship with God, does cause us to have works. So think about that today. Is our faith showing up in our works? Is it showing up in our actions? That's the question of the day. Have a good one. We will see you back here tomorrow morning.